We're going to look back on this sales stretch and say, holy cow, while the Switch was sold out everywhere and Nintendo had nothing to announce, they put so many great games on sale, because we're back yet again with over 20 more awesome games for you guys to grab, and almost all of these are lowest price ever. That's the emphasis today, getting games that have never been cheaper. So make sure to smash that like button if you guys enjoy cheap Switch games that are good. I always pick out the ones, there's huge lists, but I always curate them just for you. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below which games you're targeting, which ones you're excited for, which ones you recommend to friends. And oh, by the way, if you guys like PS5 and Xbox Series X, I got a new channel called XP4. I think you should check it out. We got 4 videos up already, some good ones on what exactly Spider-Man Miles Morales is, the PS5, if it's truly ushering in next gen. I'd love to see you guys over there. But I know you guys love sales, and we got some physical, mostly eShop. We're going to start off with Gamestop having a flash sale, which is a used game sale. Now, used games, usually that's a little bit of a bummer, but with cartridges, I feel pretty good. And it's a nice way to expand your Switch physical collection without having to break the bank. A lot of these games don't go down in price as often as their eShop digital counterparts, so this is a 20% off 2, 30% off 3, 40% off 4, or 50% off 5. Now, there are over 180 games that can qualify under this $29.99 used price point. The ones I want to highlight for you are Darksiders Genesis, which I love a lot. It has been on sale recently, so take note, but if you want to get the physical box, that game is amazing. Lonely co-op. War and Strife working their way through a top-down action RPG, loot 'em and leave 'em world. Love it. Slay the Spire is also there physically, which is fun. There's a lot of the indie games actually at GameStop that you can get physically. We're talking like SteamWorld Dig 2, Slay the Spire, Dead Cells, things of that sort. I really enjoy getting those guys physical because it feels fun to see an indie game on the shelf with the beautiful box art. And you guys know Slay the Spire and those deck builder card games are some of my favorites. LA Noire is also really cheap at GameStop, a fantastic Rockstar joint. I mean, they're still selling GTA 5 to PS5 owners, but LA Noire is a game that we got on the Switch, and we should feel proud because Cole Phelps' investigative adventure is actually really sweet. And navigating around old-time LA and solving these crimes that get creepier and creepier, it's fantastic. I think it's a good Switch port. Also, Sonic Mania Plus, a fun shout out. I love the bright yellow box art. That is a fantastically realized Sonic game. One of the best things Sega has done on the Switch, maybe even the best. I love that they brought in other people that had created fan levels and then crafted super unique stages for this one. It's great to have physically. Now, over on Amazon, they got some lowest prices ever for some pretty sweet games, new games as well. Saints Row 4 re-elected, the port of Saints Row 4 is $32.75. Let's put it at 18% off. That's the cheapest it has been. It's not a huge discount, but considering the game is only $40, getting $7.25 off that price point ain't too bad. I'm not the biggest fan of Saints Row, I'll be honest with you, but I know a lot of people like these games, and we do not have GTA, as we talked about Rockstar earlier. Saints Row is kind of a sillier shoo-in. Now, NBA 2K20 Legend Edition is $25. It's a digital code. And remember, all these Amazon deals, you can find links in the description down below. If you guys ever purchase the games from the links, it does support the channel, so that's pretty darn cool. Now, this is the complete package, the best version of NBA 2K20. The regular edition is on sale in the eShop for about $20. Quite often, this is a little bit more, but you are getting a ton of content. If you want to get ready for the NBA season to resume, which is happening in July, this might be a great way. I'm sure we'll get 2K21 announced for the Switch soon, but that game usually comes out in September, so you can enjoy this for a solid quarter of a year, and $25 ain't too bad. Now, Trials of Mana is down to $39.99. That puts it at 20% off, the lowest price point yet for this Square Enix joint. I don't have a lot of nostalgia for the Mana franchise, but a lot of people do like this one. Revamped 3D graphics, and it is a pretty beefy RPG that a lot of people find very fun. Now, this is a great price point, and it is physical if that is the style that you like for your Switch. Amazon also has the 8BitDo SN30 Pro Bluetooth gamepad on sale for $35. That is 22% off from the regular price. Now, it is coming in stock in a couple weeks, so you're going to have to wait a little bit. But if you do like playing classic games a la NES or SNES with your Nintendo Switch Online membership, or you enjoy some of the more side-scrolly, even games like Celeste or SteamWorld Dig, like games like that, the indie-type titles that are more pixel-focused, Katana Zero, games of that sort, Super Meat Boy, this is a great pad for it. I don't really recommend this controller for like Mario Odyssey or Animal Crossing, but some people do enjoy it for all types of titles. I'm just a bigger fan of using this specifically for the OG games that are more apt for this type of controller layout. Let's move to the eShop. You guys know I love this place. Super Meat Boy is a classic. and it's down to $8.24. That puts it at a whopping 45% off, the lowest price we have seen thus far. This is challenging Meat Boy action. Now, they're supposed to be delivering Super Meat Boy Forever at some point. In fact, the game was supposed to come out a while ago, like last year, last summer. It hasn't. I loved getting to play it over a year ago. I really just want it to be out. So in the meantime, let's dive back into Team Meat's first meat mess. Super Meat Boy. It's a very fun, hard game. You'll feel so skilled. You know that satisfaction you got from Celeste? Well, this one doesn't have as swell of a storyline. Really, not much storyline at all, but it does have satisfying gameplay, and I do enjoy this a lot, and I just, come on. Super Meat Boy Forever, please. Please, please. FIREWATCH is a phenomenal game. $5.99, that puts it at 70% off. You gotta buy this one. This is my top pick of the week right here. I'm gonna announce it early. Normally I say that for the end of the video. FIREWATCH is amazing. Now, the storyline does not deliver the crazy twist that I was hoping for. It seems to, well, I just won't even spoil it. But it is still a really amazing game. It's beautiful, and it has such an engaging concept as you walkie-talkie your way through this forest. And things do get kind of frisky and even a little bit ferocious as you progress. There is danger for sure, but it's mostly about absorbing the environment and exploring this wilderness of Wyoming and kind of learning something about the characters and about yourself along the way. I think it's perfect. $6. Ugh, so good. I really wish that Campo Santo would do something new soon. I like them a lot. Heave Ho is one that I've had a ton of fun with over its existence. You guys know I love this game at $5. That is 50% off. It's a great cooperative game with friends, but it's also very silly. It's in the same vein as Overcooked, although there's less competitive spirit, but you are working together in a way to make sure everyone gets through these stages, and it's going to give a lot of great couch co-op chaos. You have long, stretchy arms, and you got to swing each other and swing yourself across these obstacle courses, and there's funny faces, there's sunglasses, there's goofy voices, and there's splatter effects. What more can you want out of a video game? I mean, this is the perfect summer title to play after your big sessions of Paper Mario, The Origami King, or Animal Crossing. It's a nice palate cleanser, and one you can enjoy with all ages. Time Splinter is a Chucklefish joint for $11.99. That puts it at 40% off. This is a Metroidvania, which I know we've got a lot of on the system, but I really like this one. Gabe recommended it to me, and I played it, and I said, wow, it's very, very pretty. And while it's not doing anything remarkably different, it does have some pretty cool attacks and some really nice environments, boss battles, and more. You guys know what you're getting out of a game in this genre. I don't need to explain it to you, but this is a quality one if you've already gotten through a lot of the heavier hitters like Axiom Verge and that ilk. Far Lone Cells is another fantastically received indie for $8.99. That puts it at 40% off. It's only been on sale once, and this game has an 88 Metacritic, so it is worth getting in on. Now, this is one of those games that I've heard a lot about and never played myself, so I'm diving in at this price point. You're going to be exploring a vast world, solving puzzles as you go. You're working on this vessel, and you'll stop and have to move obstacles and progress through as the civilization is on the run, which sounds maybe like a good idea some days. Like, let's just get the heck out of here. But we can do it virtually in Far Lone Cells and explore a very desolate world, and one that does evoke a lot of interesting ideas and artistic touches. Next up, In Other Waters is a very esoteric title, one of the most unique I've played on the eShop. It's $11.24, 25% off, best price ever. It won a lot of awards, but it's not going to appeal to everyone. Definitely take a look at the gameplay video we have on the channel. Read up on the game. You are exploring a deep sea world of another planet, but there's really very little in terms of visuals. You're actually just looking through the instruments that someone would see if they were deep in the sea. You're not actually really witnessing the creatures or really witnessing anything except what shows up on your different devices. It's very interesting and can be very engaging. It's a super serene title. It's almost like ASMR gaming. Even though there isn't much audio, it just feels like that kind of very calm, relaxing experience. It does have a cool storyline. I just know that a lot of you are not going to necessarily enjoy a game that lacks basically any action. Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2, it's a great game. I try not to explain and talk about this one every single sale because they're on sale so often, but I felt like we needed to give this a price point update because it's only $8.99. Goodness gracious, $8.99 for Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is fantastic. In fact, I would say this is another one that you need to get. It's 70% off, which is pretty awesome, and it has so many characters, so much content. Play it with a friend, play it by yourself. If you're missing movies, because this summer has seen virtually none, I think this is a great pick. There's a few more Lego games for later, and like I said, I usually leave them off, but at this price point, I had to bring them some attention. Now, Best Buy has a few interesting things as well if you're in the market for more physical goods. The 8BitDo wireless USB adapter is down to $15. That gets you a nice 25% discount, and this is going to allow you to connect interesting controllers to your Switch, or rather, take your Switch controllers and connect them to your PC. I know a lot of you like to mix and match with your favorite controllers. Might be a good option for you. They also have Rocket League Ultimate Edition down to $20. That puts it at 50% off if you want to get the physical biggest version of Rocket League, a game that is kind of evergreen. It's forever fun. Haven't really heard much about it lately, but hey, let's give some love to Rocket League, one of the best multiplayer titles on Switch. Maybe you didn't even know it was on the system. Either way, Psionic's Joint is a great one. Now back to the eShop. Blasphemous is a very doom and gloom Dark Souls type game for $12.49. That's 50% off. If you can manage to stomach the kind of insane opening and the very punishment-focused religious overtones, this is actually a game that has a lot of great gameplay. I really like their death mechanic. It's a riff on what Dark Souls does, and I think it is, in some ways, better. The environments are weird. The enemies are freaky. But at the end of the day, it's a good game. It's just one that I feel, even though it's published by Team 17, like, there is a warning with this game. Like, it's very intense. And there is a lot of blood and tormented souls. But I do recommend it. I like it a lot. Lego Harry Potter Collection is $12.49. That is a beefy discount, down 75% off. And this is going to give you a lot of Harry Hogwarts action. It's Lego. It has co-op. It's years 1 through 7. All remastered for your Switch. And DC Supervillains is also 75% off, but since this one is a full price title, it puts it at $15. If you've been meaning to grab a Lego game, now's your chance. You can pick Harry Potter, Marvel, or DC. Don't think you really can go wrong with either. I will say that DC is the newest, and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is probably the best. Now, if you want to take a total flyer on something that is 99.9% off, grab Conduct Together. I actually looked this game up. I got an 80 on Metacritic, which is shocking for a title that cost a penny. Do you have a penny? Do you have one extra penny on your card? Spend it on Conduct Together. It's an interesting game where you're going to be working together to make trains not crash, which sounds simple and maybe childish, but it looks to be pretty fun, and it did get really nice reviews. You just play with your Joy-Con and enjoy a fantastic soundtrack and work your way either solo or with friends to transport passengers, get a bunch of monies, unlock new regions, unlock new trains, and trying to make sure that everything runs smoothly. I like games of this sort. They're very iPhone-esque, but at a penny? A penny? Come on, you got a penny left over. Could be fun. A few other really cheap ones are Urban Trial Playground, which is a kind of Trials type title. It's $1.49. That puts it at a big 90% off. Pretty darn nifty. I like MX Nitro Unleashed better, but if you're looking for a trick-based motorcycle type title, stunt-based game, this one is still pretty good, and there's a new game in the franchise coming soon. Urban Trial Tricky, I think it's called, coming out later this month. So if you want to get in on that action, you can grab this guy for 90% off. Stories Untold is appealing to me because it's Devolver Digital and it's got a really good review score. This game is a hybrid title that mixes text adventure, point and click, and a bunch of short stories. It's kind of like some interesting psychological horror-esque storylines, 4 different ones that have very retro aesthetics, and you will try to make your way through these adventures without wimping out. Now the game is down to $2.49. That puts it at 75% off, the lowest price it has been, and I think it's worth a flyer. I haven't played it, but I'm going to be picking this one up as well. Last but not least, Golf Peaks is $1.99, 60% off. This is a very, again, mobile title, but just wanted to include one more super cheap game if you do like golf. I have played this a lot on my iPhone, not on my Switch, but there's over 100 golf puzzles. It's pretty nifty. It's not as nifty as What the Golf. It's not as nifty as Golf Story. But if you're looking for a third golf game for very, very cheap, you might find some fun. Again, I'm going to tell you guys my top picks are absolutely FIREWATCH at $5.99. I love Heave Ho at $5. I think if you're in the market for Saints Row. It's a pretty good discount on Amazon, as well as that 8BitDo controller. The Lego games, if you skipped out on them, now is your chance. In other waters, if you want something really new and weird and very calm, Conduct Together if you got a penny. Those are my picks. Let me know your take in the comments down below. Which games are you looking at? Thanks so much for being here. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and love this summer of Switch sales. They have literally stormed the gates with so many titles, and we've gone over a lot of them. So you got a lot of options as you wait for Paper Mario or whatever Nintendo will announce next. Some good games to get for cheap. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Discord server, link in the description down below. I love you guys a lot. I hope you're staying safe and staying healthy, and I appreciate you so much. Special shout out and hello to my members. And until next time, everybody, I love all y'all. Have a good one. SwitchForce out.